Hi, I'm Tim Roble, and welcome to another episode of Adventure Athlete. I'm out here at the Renaissance Pool and had a few things on my mind. My wife is at a leadership conference right now, and this is the second one that we've done this summer. First one being in Las Vegas. So now we're out in Palm Desert, and she's going to have a 12-hour day today. So one of the things that's been coming up with myself lately is identity or identifying words, or how do you answer when someone asks you, what do you do? Well, for myself, I'm a machinist, welder, entrepreneur, adventure athlete. I got all kinds of different things that I do. So when someone says, what do you do? I thought I would go more to identifying words versus going back in my past. It's always interesting, when you say I'm retired Air Force, people are like, okay, they don't even ask anything more. What do you do? It's like, okay, you're already retired. What are you doing, and how are you living? So this type of thing has come up with me for about the last 2 or 3 months. And for myself, I've been trying to figure out what is the appropriate answer that's just simple. So last night I started using adventure athlete. What is an adventure athlete? For me, that's the things that I do: extreme enduro, the side-by-side thing, hiking, trekking, exploring, scuba diving, paragliding, kayaking, river rafting, all of that stuff that kind of falls under that umbrella of like different things to go do that's adventurous is what I train to do. Now, I try to have an adventure every single day, and I try to train and actually is starting to drop a little bit of weight and put on a little muscle because of my identifying words, adventure athlete. And with that, that brings up my question to you. Have you taken some time and sat down and maybe tried to identify your identifying words? Now, if you're currently in a career or you're a young kid coming up, when you're set and established in that career, it's easy to say that I'm a teacher, I'm a fireman, I'm a police officer. Those identifiers tell people exactly what you do, and it's their perception of what you do. So that makes life a little easy, but do this little drill for me. Take a clean sheet of paper, and on the top of it, write down identifying words. And take 5 minutes of your time and start brainstorming and writing down the words that identify you. It could be like passionate, extreme, adventure, athlete, machinist, welder, blacksmith, woodworker. For myself, these are some of the words that I use. I took 5 minutes and wrote things down, and I came up with pretty much a full page full of identifying words. Kind, have empathy, compassion. I use those as my identifying words, but how do you say that when you're at a dinner party? So what you'll do is you'll see some of these keywords that will speak to you. And I say, out of all of these identifiers, try to pare some of these words down on the next page after you've done that. When you finish your 5 minutes, what I did is I went to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and saw some of the things that my feed comes up. And I added words to that and went from there. So professional is one of those words that I added. I missed that. Anything I do, I try to get into it and then do it at a professional level. I like that. Act professional, be professional. That's a big word for me, but hard to say at a dinner party. Hey, what do you do? People always want to know what you do for a living, what makes you the money, but really, I don't know. What I say is what are you passionate about? Because that can be the first thing that can change people's perception, and it could also change your path. You might be a gardener, but you identify with being a pilot. So if you say I'm a pilot in training, maybe that training is just the beginning of you reading the pilot's manuals. Maybe that's the beginning of you taking a step towards that new identity, if you get what I'm saying. This is a real difficult subject to really touch on, but what I'm trying to do is inspire you guys and gals to maybe take a different path than what you actually are as a profession. You might be a vice principal, but that might not be what your core is. You might be a dancer or a gymnast, an adventure athlete, a bicyclist, a marathoner. You know, there's a lot of different things out there that we can be, but I think our mind ends up being closed around a career, and that limits our horizons. Especially true for when you retire. When you retire, you're referring back to what you used to do and that you're getting a check for now, hopefully, on retirement. You might have been in law enforcement and you get a check off of law enforcement, and you know, I was Air Force, but I hate to go back and say that I'm retired Air Force. I've said that years and years and years. I'm going backwards in my life trying to figure out what I was, not what I am. I'm not currently in the Air Force. I do identify with being in the Air Force and being a professional, and I think everything that career has done for me has been a great thing. So just trying to get a little spark in your mind. If you're retired, what's your next step? Are you a traveler? Are you a wanderer? What is your passion? What is your real true identity that maybe you didn't get to have when you were in the workforce? When you're retired and you do have an income, now maybe you can change up your life and really pursue that passion that you're looking for, something that you haven't done, like paragliding, for instance. Most of the people up on the hill that paragliding, when I went paragliding, most of those people were over 50 years old. Probably half of them were over 60, and some were in their 70s and 80s paragliding and hang gliding. So yeah, for myself, that says not only is that an extreme sport, but it's something that you can do later on in life if you keep yourself healthy, and then you have the adventurous side of you trying to do that. So anyway, that's what I wanted to touch base on today. I'm trying to do one of these motivational type videos maybe once a week with all of our travels and tours. I'm getting ready to go out, and it's going to be 110 today out here in Palm Desert, but I'm going to go walk up to the base of the mountain, and I'm going to do a little exploring around here because this is just such a beautiful area. Unbelievable, this hotel. Probably the nicest hotel that I've been in, and we've spent a lot of time in, you know, Vegas and some exotic areas, but this remodel they're doing here is really nice, and the water is peaceful. They have a nice gym located over here. So once I go out and I get my my morning training session in, some of you know that I'm having problems with my my left leg that I broke the tib and fib 29 years ago, I guess. It's starting to give me a lot of pain with the arthritis. So what I've been doing is walking and then going into a run. So I'll do somewhere around 8 miles today. Probably try to run somewhere 3 to 4 miles of that. And once again, I have a fitness tracker, my iWatch, and I use Strava to help me do that type of thing. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Once again, not all these videos are going to be motivational self-help. I'm going to get back to a neat how to start a fab shop welding series. Basics on what tools to buy, getting into it economically, and working your way up to buying bigger and better equipment. But we're going to start small, show you how to weld, cut. That's my next passion. That's coming up here really soon. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. You have any questions or comments, please hit me up down below and I'll get right back to you. So that's going to be it for today. I'm Tim Roble. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you here next time.